Okay, so I'm actually going to record a little more due to the fact that this place is stemming with deer. And I figure if I hit a deer, I think it'd be pretty cool to get on camera. And there's some sort of mysterious animal over there. Fucking lens is fogging up. I don't know what that was. This is a black little shadow. Man, this is like a safari hunt. Yeah, okay, so as I was saying, if I hit a deer on the bike, I figure it would be an incredible YouTube video, and this place is thriving with deer at this point. It is about 8:30 in the morning, so I guess they're all awake, hunting. Not that deer really hunt, but whatever. So, yeah, I was just on holidays. Tomorrow I'm going back to work, and a part of my holidays I want to go visit my brother out in Grand Prairie, Alberta. And I got an interesting story for that. On my way back from Grand Prairie to Edmonton to catch my flight to Winnipeg, I ended up being chased by cops with my brother. Now, my brother just bought a BMW 325i, I believe it is, and he was doing probably 220 the whole way from Grand Prairie to Marithorpe, Alberta, which is about 2 hours, halfway point between Grand Prairie and Edmonton. So I had a flight at 3 p.m. and while we were supposed to be there for 3 p.m. so I could catch my flight and all that fun stuff. Anyway, I'm not really comfortable with somebody else driving at those speeds. Makes me a little on edge, makes me a little nervous. And I told him that, but what does he care? So anyway, we're doing 220. I'm like, well, you know, you're going to get pulled over. And sure enough, we're flying through Marithorpe, Alberta. And you got to remember, I do not condone this at all, unless if it's me. Anyway, so we're driving through Marithorpe. Police, opposite road, coming this way, slam on the brakes, turn on the lights, shit hooks it, and starts coming after. So now I'm laughing at my brother. You know, fucking retard, told you you're gonna get pulled over. Well, he's so inclined to say that he's not getting pulled over and just starts flooring it. Well, now we're doing about 280 in this fucking car. There's cops behind us. Cop disappears because we're going so fast. My brother ends up just slamming into some farm field, I guess a homestead of a farm, and kind of goes around the buildings there, pulls out, goes back on the highway at 100. No cops in sight anywhere, so he's just moseying along at 100. So next thing you know, oncoming again this way is now 2 cop cars just hightailing it. And they slam on the brakes, go through the median, turn around, pull us over. Cop comes out, tells my brother he's under arrest for speeding, get out of the car, and so they throw him in the back of the cruiser. Sure enough, I'm freaking out. Now I'm like, hey, I'm not going home today. I missed my flight, so I'm calling Air Canada. You know, seeing what I can do for a new flight. Calling the girlfriend, my sister, saying, hey, you know what, I'm not going to be home tonight. All that fun stuff. Next thing you know, my brother comes, sure as shit, walking out of the back of the cruiser, you know, with a huge grin on his face. Gets in the car. So now I'm like, pray tell, what happened? Turns out that as we were previously flying through the country at 220, an off-duty police officer saw this, called it into Marithorpe. They tried to give pursuit in whatever civilian car they had, and they couldn't catch us. They said there was 2 occupants in the vehicle, there was 3 of us, and he couldn't get the plate number because we were flying by so fast. So as soon as the actual marked cars lost visual of us, they didn't get our plate number either. So they were basically too many discrepancies, and there was actually 3 of us in the vehicle. So the cop basically told my brother, you're lying, I'm lying, you're lying, I know you're lying, but have a good day. So my brother, with a horseshoe up his ass, outran the cops for a brief high pursuit chase and got off scot-clean. But that's not the end of it. End of it is, now we have enough time for me to get to the airport, so get to the airport, and actually first, sorry, my brother took his car to BMW to get chips. to go faster of all fucking things. So apparently now this thing can do at least 300, if not over. So yeah, he does this, and next thing you know, I'm freaking out because I'm gonna miss my flight now after that fucking thing with the cop. So I'm not very happy to begin with, and now I'm gonna miss my flight. Still not gonna get home. So the guy who sold the BMW to my brother ends up driving me to the airport. He gets me there. I go up. I register. Sorry, I book. Not book. What do you call it? I check in, you could say. And they said that my plane was just leaving. So now I'm super pissed. And freaking out, and I'm like, when's the next flight? They're like 11 o'clock. It's like 3:30 now. And that looks like another deer. Yep. Like I said, this place is steaming with deer. Delicious, delicious deer. Anyway, so I get to the airport, they're like 11 o'clock. He's like, I'll see what I can do. So he called the actual terminal, and in the terminal they said that the plane was just arriving, so I had time. So I had to book it through security. And long story short, I actually made my flight on time. Well, I was a little delayed, but regardless. So that was one interesting story. And yeah, about hitting deers, since we're on the topic and I'm not in this park yet, I'll tell you about that. So initially I was supposed to drive out to Grand Prairie on the bike. Well, I did the Kenora trip, took 4 hours there and back, and really no rest. And honestly, I was hurting, so I wasn't about to do a 1,700 kilometer trip on the bike. As underprepared as I was, to say the least, I would have been dead, honestly, like, just the feeling. So instead, I was like, oh, I'll take the Jeep out, but then again, the Jeep's a pig on gas, and I wasn't really in a financial spot to be funding that, plus all my activities out in Grand Prairie. So I traded vehicles with my girlfriend, and here I am, an hour and a half into my trip. I left at 3 a.m., just to make good time, and hour and a half into my trip, outside Portugal Prairie, I'm taking a bend. It curves about like that, and this fucking deer pops out, runs in front of me. I had time to slow down, maybe to 80, 90K, and bang, I hit this fucking thing. It was a young buck. My airbags deployed, just fucked up the car, and scared the shit out of me. So I got out, pissed off at this fucking deer for wrecking my girlfriend's car, called my brother, let him know, oh, I can't come out. The next thing you know, I called my girlfriend saying, hey, I'm coming home. And she was pissed off. I was calling her at about 4:30 in the morning, and she wasn't too happy about that. And then she was starting to freak out because I told her I hit the deer. She was more concerned about my safety, which is nice, than the actual car. So I took some pictures of the damage and stuff. I didn't take pictures of the deer. I wasn't thinking. But I ended up kicking it a few times because I was angry and it was thrashing about, and it died shortly after that, after kicking the shit out of it. Now, I understand. I don't like causing pain to animals, but this thing fucked up the car, and I'm actually glad it's dead, because if it got up and walked away, I would have hunted that thing down and fucking slit its throat. So, now I'm all sketched out, driving home, and yeah, I got home. The damage was bad. I was able to get the car into AutoPack for an estimate, got it into a dealership, and that was that was a month ago, and it should be done sometime this week. Now she's stuck driving a shitty Cobalt. So that's a couple stories. Other than that, honestly, there really hasn't been much going on. I've just been enjoying the sun, what sun we have had, and my days off. Hopefully everyone out there is doing well, riding safe, and also enjoying this awesome summer. So beware of deer, and don't outrun the police. Moral of the story, don't hit deer and don't outrun police. So other than that, I got nothing. Until next time.